Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully we're live. I had a few technical difficulties there, so I'm 2 minutes late, but I think we're live now. Anyway, so this week we're going to drive the over-the-top truck, and as we drive along here, I'm going to make some corrections for a couple of things that I had said during previous streams that were not correct. And you can't see the game, so hang on. Are we on yet? Is that? There we go. Okay, so yeah, this is the over-the-top truck, sort of, which is one of the things that I need to correct. Previously, I said that the truck that Stallone won at the end of the movie was a Peterbilt 567. It wasn't. At the beginning of the movie, Stallone drove an autocar A64B that towards the end of the movie, when he went to Vegas, he sold that truck to get the money to bet on himself in the arm wrestling event. And the prize truck for that event, plus the $100,000 prize money, the prize truck was an 86 Volvo Custom, not a Peterbilt 567. So the problem here is that particular model of Volvo doesn't exist, and I haven't seen a mod for it, so this is as close as I can get. It does have the correct paint job. Hi, Mandy. I'm just correcting some errors from things I had said previously. And we started with, excuse me, we started with errors I made when I was talking about this particular movie. Now, I will go, I already selected a job, and just to show you, I moved us across, because I did a couple of runs anyway. I moved us across to start in Portland this week instead of always starting in Spokane and driving the same damn highway. I moved us across to Portland because this is where I ended up when I did my last run, and this is where the next job is, so we're just going to take off from there. Business-wise, I also purchased another garage in Roswell and filled it with 5 drivers and 5 trucks. So you can see I've done a little bit of driving. The good news is my dashboards are now working again, so I didn't change anything. I hadn't figured out what was wrong, so it must have been some sort of programming thing in ATS itself that they obviously fixed. So, let's jump in the truck here. As you can see, this is, again, not quite the right truck, but it, mostly looks like the Stallone truck. Now, this is the Peterbilt 567, and it's probably my 3rd favorite truck in this game. It drives real well. The only problem it has, before I take off, let me show you. You see that nav screen down there? That's very, very tiny. I can't, it's not useful to me, so I have to keep up the big one. Anyway, our load is just around. I came over to this garage because I was going to buy it, and I didn't realize I didn't have enough money to. So, our
turn right.
Yeah.
Get ready to turn left.
Dude, you saw me coming. You so
left.
saw that. You didn't have to be a dick. Anyway, this particular truck doesn't have a trailer, so I'm not pulling my own trailer this week.
It was a nice ride.
We are going to take some sulfuric acid to Gallup, New Mexico. where's this at? Back there, I think. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Are you on that side? Yes. All right. As we drive along here, I'll make some other corrections about things that I had said in previous streams that were not correct. I did a bit of digging this week, so I looked up a bunch of stuff that I had talked about, and I wasn't right.
Let's go.
Okay, we got our load now. We will take off. And you should get to see different scenery this week, or at least, somewhat different scenery, because I started somewhere else.
Turn right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left. Turn right.
Okay, I don't know why they're stopped. Oh, well, it's a green light for me now.
Right.
Oof. This trailer's heavy. This particular truck has pretty good horsepower, pretty good torque. So if I'm struggling like this, that load's pretty heavy. Okay, so Over the Top came out in '86, I think it was. Sylvester Stallone, and it was really one of those typical '80s movies that you would kind of expect. It had a bunch of montages in it and stuff like that, but the basic premise of the movie was. Stallone was a truck driver and an arm wrestler.
Keep left.
And I think I went the other lane here. He wasn't a professional arm wrestler, but he did compete, which happened later in the movie. But he had a kid with a woman who died. She died before the movie. I just cut that guy off. The woman died before the movie started, so I don't think we ever saw her. If we did, it was like at the very, very, very beginning or something, because I don't remember her at all. But he had been separate from their lives for, I don't think it actually says, a couple of years anyway, several years. And, at the beginning of the movie, they don't really tell you why. They just tell you that, he wasn't in his kid's life and he was separated from his wife and etc. Well, his wife was married, or excuse me, his wife was the daughter of, I can't remember the guy's first name. His last name was Cutler. He was a big businessman, owned a big company and everything. So, she came from a life of privilege, to use the fabulous social justice term.
Keep left.
She was a rich chick, is basically what I'm getting at. So her dad didn't approve of their... I don't know if they ever got married, actually, now that I think on it. Well, anyway, he didn't approve of their relationship. But, she had a child, and at some point Stallone got cut out of their lives, etc. Well, when she died, she wanted her kid... I can't remember his name either. I think it was Michael. Anyway, she wanted him to take a cross-country trip with his dad. So Stallone shows up at the military school that his kid is enrolled in to pick him up on the last day of school, and they're going to drive out to California. And, his mom died at some point during this trip, now that I think on it. She wasn't dead before the movie started, but I still can't remember ever seeing her. So, it might have been one of those where they just talked about her, but she wasn't actually, I don't remember, I'd have to look, it's been a while. Anyway, so he picks up the kid from military school to drive across country and basically get to know his kid. Now, his kid... growing up as basically a rich kid, is basically the way you would expect him to be. He's pompous, arrogant, snotty little shit, and basically nobody likes him because he's an arrogant, snotty little shit. Anyway, so they go on this long trip, and they get to know each other, and his kid quits being a snotty, arrogant little shit, and long story short...
Keep right, and then exit right.
Thank you for interrupting me. Cutler, the girl's father, he's trying to get in the way of this whole, fatherly reunion thing and raise Michael himself. And he's basically pointing out to Stallone that, you're a loser, you don't make any money, why take your kid away from the lap of luxury that I can provide him, etc., etc. But, 80s movies, it's all about the relationship. Anyway, so Stallone, he goes out to this World Arm Wrestling Championship in, was it Vegas? I think it was Vegas. And he sells his truck to get what comes out to be $7,000 to bet on himself to win the whole thing. I don't remember what the odds were against him, but they were pretty big. It was like 20-1 or something. I don't remember. So he puts this $7,000 on himself, and then he goes through the whole arm wrestling thing. And of course, because it's Stallone, he's the star of the movie, he's going to win. But he also gets a $100,000 grand prize.
Go straight on.
Plus this truck, which he intends to use to start his own trucking company. And, because it's an 80s movie and we got to have a happy ending, of course, his kid ends up with him at the end, and yay, happy, everything's right in the world. I know I don't do it justice, and it sounds like a really shitty movie, but it's not like the sort of summer blockbuster you'd recommend your friends go see, but it's not bad, really. I mean, I guess it depends on what you go into the movie expecting. It's basically a typical 80s Stallone kind of movie. Anyway, so the thing that I had said was wrong was that truck was a Peterbilt 567. It was not. It was an 86 Volvo that was customized. Duel. I do vaguely remember that movie. That was a different. That wasn't Stallone though. That was a different thing. And that truck was a Peterbilt. That was a 351, I think it was. You know what? I don't want to say and be wrong again. So let's just say I don't remember, but I think it was a Peterbilt 351. Anyway, the Volvo that Stallone won at the end of this movie is not in the game, so I can't drive that specific truck. This truck looks sort of like it as far as the shape and everything, and then somebody did a modded paint job for the actual over-the-top paint job, so this is what the truck looked like, just different model of truck. Let's see, a couple other things I was wrong about in previous videos. The convoy truck I said was a Mac R. Well, it is, but there's more to it than that. It was a Mac RS 712 LST. As I said then, I'm terrible with Mac model numbers. All those letters actually mean stuff. The point is, it was an R series, just not the basic R series that the mod has that I can drive. Excuse me. I don't remember if I mentioned it, but there was a truck in Big Trouble in Little China that I had thought was a Kenworth 900. Well, I went back and I watched that movie last week because, seriously, it's one of my favorite movies. I went back and watched that movie last week. It is not a Kenworth 900. It was a Freightliner FLC 120. That specific model of Freightliner doesn't exist in this game, so I can't drive that either. Where are we going? I forgot already. Oh, you know why? Because I wanted to... I forgot to do it. I was going to change the route and come down through California, just so we could see something different instead of this all the time. I totally messed that up and forgot to do it. So, I guess we're not going to do that. Anyway. Yeah, it's all in the reflexes. Let's see. Defiatance and I got into a slight disagreement over Goliath from Knight Rider because I was mistaken about which truck we were talking about. Goliath was in fact a cab over. It was a Peterbilt 352. The truck I was talking about was the flag transport truck. That was a GMC General. So I wasn't wrong, I was just not talking about the same truck. So, yeah, I was wrong. The Maximum Overdrive truck, the Green Goblin truck, I said that was a Kenworth 900. It was not. That was a Western Star 4800. Another truck that doesn't exist in this game. And then the long story of Optimus Prime, I had my model number wrong. I said the newer one, which at the time would have been like the first Transformers movie, was a Peterbilt 389. It wasn't. It was a Peterbilt 379. It was just customized. Now, first generation Optimus Prime was a cab over Freightliner FL8. back from the the cartoon days and everything. When he first came around. In the movie series, he was 97 Peterbilt 379. Then in Dark of the Moon, they changed Optimus Prime to a different truck, a 2014 Western Star 5700 concept. That concept later became, in Age of Extinction, that concept later became the Western Star 5700 Phantom. But it wasn't stock. He didn't just go to the, they didn't just go to the dealership and buy that truck. They customized it too. So it, if you go look on the lot for that particular truck, it's not going to look exactly the same as Prime, but very much similar. So that sums up pretty much all of the stuff that I had said in previous streams that was wrong.
Go straight on.
For the 2 or 3 people on Earth who give a shit. I just didn't want to pretend that I wasn't wrong. I was talking out of my ass. Apparently, I thought I knew things I didn't.
Go straight on.
Yeah, see, this is why I wanted to change that route, because I was going to take I-5 all the way down to Bakersfield and then cut across I-40, which would have been just basically highway driving all the way through instead of going through these little towns, but I totally forgot to do that, so now we're stuck doing the little towns.
Keep left and then turn left.
Huh.
Turn left.
That light was green when you got here. Why didn't you go? So now that I've corrected pretty much everything that I messed up in previous streams, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Go straight on.
Basically, because there's, as far as over the top goes, there's really nothing else to talk about this. It's not like a particularly quotable kind of movie, so we're not gonna. It's not a classic or anything like that. It's just a run-of-the-mill '80s movie. Good grief! How many frickin' stoplights you got around here? Come on, come on, come on! Wow. Yeah, now I wish I could drive the Pork Chop Express and do a little Big Trouble in Little China edition, because I love that movie. I must have watched that movie.
Go straight on.
You know what? I am not stopping. I've had enough. I'm getting out of here. Yeah, I've watched that movie hundreds of times. Nope, still not stopping. If I don't start running some of these lights, we're never going to get out of this damn town. See, the scenery on the other side of the state is all mountains and everything, but you get over here on this side, and it's all like flat pasture and farming ground and stuff. It's a nice change, especially because I'm not driving up and down the frickin' mountains all day again. And I don't know. I mean, maybe every time I do this, I'll just kind of start us somewhere else because seriously, starting in Spokane every time and driving the same road over and over again gets boring. Looks like Montana. Yeah, I think I've only been to Montana once, so and that was years and years ago. So I don't really remember what Montana looked like. Oh yeah, in case nobody noticed, this is one of two trucks that I have my little bobblehead bulldog on the dashboard there. You can see him every time I move the wheel, he swings his little head.
Go straight on.
This is so slow.
Go straight on.
I can't, there's a stoplight. Hello, Omegon. No, I am not going to entertain you. I am here to bore you to death.
Keep right.
Because payback's a bitch. Nope, coffee is the greatest drink ever created. Oh shit. Ah, I made it. No, on this channel, tea is the most disgusting drink ever in the entire history of the world. It is different when you watch somebody else play it. You get to look around the scenery a little bit more. Now, unlike you, I'm cheating. You notice this is not a truck that's in the game. This is a Peterbilt 567. This is a modded truck. And one of the mods you should get, you look on the bottom of the screen there, the little numbers there. That's the heads-up display. It's called minimal driver interface, I think is what the mod is called. Because the way you play with that turned off, you can't see when your drivers are making money. In order to see that, you have to have that on. Well, I don't like it on because a big old box right there on the right, like, you know, if you don't have the mod. But the mod makes it a simple little black line down there, so you get all the information, it's just not in the way. Yeah, the little bobblehead dog, yeah, that comes with the Freightliner mod, actually. It came in that package, which is another modded truck that I have in my garage that I usually drive on my main profile. On this profile, we're doing nostalgia trucks until I run out, which is basically next week would be the last one. This particular paint job comes from Over the Top, in case you missed that, the Stallone movie. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's not the right truck, but it's the right paint job. The right truck doesn't exist. See, it's now 3-1. You're outvoted on the T thing here. Somebody made a mod. You can get the Scania trucks in ATS. I haven't tried that yet, though. I don't know if I want to drive one of those tiny little toy European car or trucks. But I did drive a cab over 2 weeks ago. That was different. It's a win because I'm making the rules. This is my stream. I get to make the rules.
Get ready to turn right.
You're about to see something else I'm playing with. Because I am not going to stop at this stop sign. And I got no ticket for not doing it. Because I turned traffic violations off. Now, that one was a response to the game itself. I got tired of people driving under my trailer and I get fined for it. That's a bit ridiculous. I mean, if I get fined for ramming into somebody, that's one thing, but when the accident is completely not my fault, then that's bullshit and I shouldn't get a fine for that. Well, the cure for it would be decaffeinated tea, I assume. Of course, at that point, why the hell you bother drinking it? Why does who do what? Omegon forced you to come here, huh, Lucy? Well, you don't have to stay if you don't want to. Omegon doesn't make the rules here. No, I haven't had any head-on collisions yet. You know what, Scott? Yeah, now that you put it that way, yeah, that did sound kind of bad. Well, decaf anything is utter garbage. If you're gonna drink decaf, just drink water. Great. So the chat is full of perverts. Nice. And why does he make your rules? And why is he here anyway? I thought you were playing Rocket League. Hi, Karma. We are headed to Gallup, New Mexico. And no, we're not there yet. I think we just crossed into Nevada. I think. No, couldn't have. We got over 1,000 miles to go. I'm sure we're not in Nevada yet. Are we? Oh, yeah, we just crossed into Nevada. Because he's Omega. That is not a reason. I hope you don't think by following his rules he's going to spare you when he conquers the world with that faggoty wizard he likes. I like how they've just got like random trucks sitting in the middle of the desert for no reason whatsoever. You sent him your bits, huh? I'm sure he's highly entertained with them. To be fair, me and him were supposed to do a collab like 2 years ago. That it never happened either. Now, I'm not going to tell Omegon the big mod that I have on here. I'll just wait and see if he figures it out. I'll give you a hint, though. I'm massively cheating. Well, aside from the no traffic violations, that's kind of cheating too.
Get ready to turn left.
See, I even gave my GPS an annoying British voice.
Turn left.
Yes, I do have cruise control. If you look on my dashboard there, and you see that little green light, see how it turns green? That means I turned the cruise control on. And I use cruise control a lot, otherwise
Get ready to turn right.
Shut up, woman, I'm talking. I use cruise control a lot, otherwise I end up speeding quite a bit.
Turn right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
No, it's not that the British accent is annoying. It's just that, if you notice, the GPS is pushy. Well, it's kind of annoying. So I put it on a British voice because I figured when it's a British voice, I kind of expect it to be pushy and arrogant. And Mandy, I may be cheating, but at least I try to be, somewhat calm about it. I could be driving around at 90 miles an hour, running all the red lights. It wouldn't matter because I turned all that shit off. But I don't. I try to be nice. Sort of. Sometimes. Maybe.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Clear the
Turn
ramp.
right.
Clear the ramp. Move it. It's not my fault. She only wants to talk when I'm talking. This long open road here, she's got all the time in the world to talk and she doesn't say a thing. I could just turn it off. Why are you stopping? We're leaving the construction zone, dickhead. Yeah, if she read every sign I passed, I would definitely turn her off. No, she only wants to be bossy and tell me where to go. Oh, well, he's lucky I didn't hit him. God knows why he decided to just randomly slam on the brakes like that. No, I won't do that. Well, I am going to have to pull over eventually because I don't have enough fuel to make this whole run. I don't think. Let's see, 680 left in the tank, 800 to go. Yeah, I don't have enough. But here's my friendly cop who slowed me down before, like a douchebag. No, Crunchy, we are not there yet.
Get ready to turn left.
I will turn this truck around and go home.
Turn left.
Well, I'm going to do better than turn left. I'm going to stop and get fuel because why the hell not? If I catch up to him again, okay, I will ram him. Oh no, I'll do more than tap his bumper. I mean, if you're gonna hit a cop, you might as well make it worth it.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Well, that's the great thing, Crunchy. Since I have the traffic violations turned off, I won't go to jail. I won't even get a ticket for it. Now, to be fair, I only do that when they annoy me, and so far he hasn't really annoyed me. Yeah, he got in my way that one time, but I have slightly more patience than that. But since you asked for it, I will do it. If he's up here, I don't know. He might have gone straight back there. Well, I don't see him. I just see trucks. So he must have gone the other way. I mean, I'll totally hit the next one I see, but he won't have any idea why I did it. That's right. I have the biggest truck, therefore I rule the road. It's mine. It's all mine. Now, if I could get like some machine guns or something instead of the brights, that would be great. I mean, who says you give up your Second Amendment rights when you get behind the wheel? I mean, come on. Scott, no, they don't. The only thing that crosses the road is tumbleweeds. And it doesn't matter if you hit those or not. It doesn't do anything. Not to mention we're in the middle of the desert, so the only thing crossing the road would be like a fucking armadillo or something. That's not really going to hurt a truck. Yeah, no deer. No deer. Actually, there is wildlife in the game. There's, horses and cows, but they're all in farmers' penned-in yards and stuff. They don't come running across the road. Huh. My snotty little GPS lady didn't tell me to turn. Yeah, she must be on her union break again or something. Oh, fuck. I knew I should have just ran this damn stop sign. See, this is a problem with the game programming. The vehicle generator is back over there somewhere. And as soon as you stop here, it starts generating vehicles. And so they just keep fucking coming. There's a spot in Arizona somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but I got stuck there for 20 fucking minutes because the cars just never stopped coming. I finally just had to force my way out. Bus. That bus is going to be in front of me, and he's going to fuck me up. I just know it. They always do. Nope. 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 Not sitting behind you. Not going to do it. The cars aren't so bad, but the buses and the dump trucks, those are like, I swear to God, those are like SCS's little practical fucking joke. Because they'll get in front of you, and then they won't do the speed limit, and they won't maintain a constant speed. They'll, you know what? I'll pass you on the right then. My express lane. You see it? Look. Oh. Yeah, the buses and the dump trucks, they won't do the speed limit. And they keep slowing up, speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down. They practically friggin' stop just to change lanes. They're the most annoying thing to drive behind in this whole damn game. Oh yeah, in real life, yeah, I've seen it. Cars have no respect for the trucks on the road. Yeah, the pass on the right there, that was. It's a little bit cheaty because the road in the game is actually slightly wider than the graphics show it to be. So I should have been driving in the dirt there, but I wasn't. Now, when you get on the interstates like 40 or I-5 or whatever, the uh, the berm past that white line is a whole other lane. You know, they put that white line there to tell you you can't drive there, but they don't put anything there to prevent you from driving there, like fucking spikes or something. Yeah, I don't think I would try that in the real world.
Get ready to turn left.
That berm has like, you know, lost lug nuts and random pieces of glass and all kinds of shit that
Turn
blew off
left.
the road. So, kind of taking your life in your own hands trying to do that shit. We are driving through Nevada at the moment. Well, the signs only tell you when you enter the state. So if you miss it, like when we cross the state line, you're not going to see it again. They don't tell you again. I do not play this game in the nude. I have socks on. Area 51 actually does exist. It's a test range. Now, supposing the U.S. government actually had aliens or alien technology in their possession, I can practically guarantee you it's not at Area 51. That place is far too popular and under way too much scrutiny. If they actually wanted to fucking keep that shit hidden, they sure as hell wouldn't do it there.
Go straight on.
And Canada. Yes, Canada is a myth. It doesn't actually exist. Oh, shit, I'm speeding. Didn't notice the speed limit changed. And I want to get behind this guy anyway, because I'm going to be getting off here.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Yeah, it's a training site and a testing site.
Turn right.
Which explains why people see so-called UFOs. Well, that's where the U.S. government tests some of its undisclosed and in development planes. So when you see those, well, of course you can't identify it. You don't know what it is. Doesn't mean it's fucking aliens. And fun fact, that's not the only site they do that at. I don't know why you're apologizing to me for that. Get drunk. I don't care. It's Sunday, you know? Enjoy yourself.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
I still haven't pulled one of these Ashley furniture trailers. I just haven't. Oh well, clearly I've seen them, but I haven't seen them in the job market.
Go straight on. Go straight on.
Ah, the bright lights of Vegas.
Keep Keep left, and then continue straight on.
Where I'm sure there is a whole lot more traffic in the real world.
Go straight on.
No, we're not going to stop.
Keep right, and then turn right.
You should have gone before we left.
Turn right.
Nope, sorry, no hookers and blow on this job. We've got work to do. We're trying to be responsible. Besides, we got to make the money to pay for the hookers and blow.
Go straight on.
What the? Nice.
Keep left, and then turn left.
I don't think that's how that goes.
Turn left.
Karma. I don't think that's how that little saying goes. As a consolation, I will take us past the Hoover Dam. How's that? Of course, it's the middle of the night. You're not going to see shit, but whatever. How the hell did you get up to 80 so quickly? Well, you know what? You're going to have to slow down, and I don't. There, see, we Hoover Dam. Yay. And now we're in Arizona, Crunchy. So you don't have to ask. Yep, a big wall of concrete in the dark. That's all you get to see. Oh shit, I'm speeding again. Well, slightly better than a rainbow in the dark, because it had lights. I don't know why you're randomly hitting your brakes, but whatever. You do you, man. The Hoover Dam, you mean? Yeah. I mean, it's an impressive piece of, you know, not just engineering, but, you know, the effort to build it. Which hole in the ground was that? The Grand Canyon? Yay, I don't have to stop.
Keep left and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Not gonna tell me to turn left? Alright. I'll just do it anyway. Yeah, the Grand Canyon is kind of cool.
Go straight on.
That sounds like something that happened to me once at the Indianapolis 500. I was sitting in turn 3 when it started to rain, so we just walked over to turn 4 where it wasn't. Well, and then there was once when I was a kid, like 8 or 9 or something. Me and the kid across the street were outside dicking around like kids do. And it started raining, so of course he went home, and as soon as he crossed the street to go home, he noticed that it wasn't raining on his side of the street. So we just went over there and dicked around. You dick! I knew you were going to do that. You know what? Time for the express lane. Yeah, that's not just the desert, though. I mean, you know, drive through, like, Kansas, Iowa, stuff like that. It's just wide open spaces all over. Get as poetic as you like. It doesn't bother me.
Go straight on.
Yeah, no, you're not making me want to go back to the desert. I spent more than my fair share of time out there when I was younger. I do not like the heat. In fact, the next time I move, I'm thinking of moving to fucking Alaska or something where it's always damn cold. Yeah. I gotta tell you, that whole dry heat, wet heat difference thing people talk about,
Go straight on.
it's still fucking hot. I mean, the only thing better about the dry heat is that when you're sweating, it actually evaporates, so your body can cool down. When you're like in the jungles of Southeast Asia and shit, you can sweat all day, it doesn't dry up because there's nowhere for that moisture to go, so you just can't cool down. No, Alaska is not available in the game. Well, not yet anyway. And it's not the whole lower 48. Right now they've just got Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico. And Idaho is supposed to be out later this year. Move it, Dick. Yeah, with the rate that they're going, as far as map expansions, the rate they're going, I'm pretty sure they will never get to Alaska. At this rate, I'm not sure they'll ever get to the East Coast. Which state is that, Crunchy?
Go straight on.
Because, all these western states are, width-wise, California is obviously longer than it is wide, but width-wise, they're all generally around 300 miles. And that takes about, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. I don't think I've ever actually sat down and timed it, but it's about 20 minutes, I guess. Rhode Island. Yeah, that would take like 2 minutes. And it's 1/20th scale, so Rhode Island, when they, well, I would say when, if they ever put it in this game, it's basically just going to be like one city, and that'll be the whole damn thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nebraska's a little bit wider than it is. I mean, wider east to west than it is north to south. Does it really? Yeah, I would have figured they make the speed limit like 10 or something, so you have to stay in the state for longer than 5 minutes. Out here in the Midwest, it all varies a little bit, but generally it takes about, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours to drive across the state. Of course, depending on the state, but. Yeah, I'm sure the traffic would. I mean, Rhode Island's one of those states I've never actually been to. I just never got to except for New York, I've just never gotten up to the Northeast there. But I imagine, other than what Providence, doesn't. I would imagine Providence takes up the whole damn state, doesn't it? Well, you know what? Traffic in this is not realistic because they do have LA, and you can get right on through LA with no problems. It takes, 2 or 3 minutes. In real life, you'd be sitting in LA all fucking day. No. Not everything I want, anyway. There's too many fucking people out east. I like it out here in the Midwest where it's wide open, sparsely populated.
Go straight on. Go straight on.
Yeah, I don't really have the patience for it either. You know, and it's because I used to work nights for like 15 years or something. So when I went to go somewhere, like, if I'd stop for dinner at like McDonald's or something, my schedule was vastly different from everybody else's. So I'm stopping there at like, 3 in the morning or something for dinner. Well, there's nobody there at fucking 3 in the morning, so I don't have to wait. But now I work days, and so my schedule is the same as everybody else's, and when I get to McDonald's and I have to wait in line for like 2 fucking people, I'm already mad because I don't want to wait. New Mexico. Fuck. Of course. You had to get me on one of them sooner or later.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Hey, don't yell at me. It's not my choice. I didn't want to fucking come in here. Hey, wake up. Yeah, Maine is kind of sparsely populated too. There's not a whole lot. I mean, big cities, of course, but it's kind of spread out for an eastern state. Portland, Maine is better than Portland, Oregon. Well, I'm sure it is, because Portland, Oregon is a fucking shithole. Like most of the West Coast, actually. And it's a shame because, it's pretty country up there in Oregon, Washington, etc. But the people up there make it fucking terrible. I can't stand the people around there. Same thing with Southern California, really. Southern California is not a terrible place if you like the ridiculous fucking heat, which I don't. But it's the it's the 10 billion jackasses that live there that make it a problem.
Keep right, and then exit right. exit right. Get ready to turn right. Turn right, and then turn left.
I'm in Kansas. Oh, hell, we're almost there. I didn't even realize.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left. Here we are, safe and sound.
Playing with wolves is probably not a good thing to do. Alright. Can we just go this way? I don't know. I kind of don't know which way you want the trailer, so I don't know which way I should go here. Oh, of course. You want it on the other side of the frickin' concrete. Naturally. I knew it couldn't be that easy. Dicks! Well, how's it look on the other side? I'm clear. I can get that in there. I think, maybe. I just gotta clear that post, which now I can't see. Where's my mirror? Yeah, shit, I can't see that now. There, now we can see. Okay, we have finished. Yay! Well, you don't need to go to Alaska and play with wolves for that, but yeah, that's a nice goal to have. Yeah, that's it for this week, folks. This is, like I said, this is the over the top paint job, but not the over the top truck. That was a Western Star 4800, or excuse me, an 86 Volvo, which we don't have. So next week we will do. What are we doing next week? Come on, load them. Oh yeah, okay. Next week is the Freightliner Cascadia, and that's the last one. So we're gonna pretend that that's the flag Knight Industries truck, because the game doesn't have a GMC General, so I can't drive that. But now, when we drive this truck, after that, I'll probably stay in it because this is my favorite truck. These other ones I have, they're nice. I like them. They're okay. But this is my favorite one in the game. So when we get to that, I will probably drive that for quite a while. And I just realized I got 300,000. I could buy another garage, I guess. Well, I might as well wait. I couldn't put any drivers in it right now anyway, so wouldn't do any good to own it. Anyway, so everybody take care, and I'll see you next week.